Mm-hmm.
Elevator music.
Sing, Clarence.
Sing, Clarence.
I want my wings.
Sing for the grandkids all the time. It's not pretty though.
We okay? All right.
They don't care.
We'd like to begin our West Haven Special Service District meeting tonight, May 19th, 2025. The Pledge of Allegiance will be given by James Jensen, and then I'll give the invocation.
Okay, you just stand. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our dear Father in heaven, we wish to give thee thanks, Father, for the many blessings that thou hast given unto us and those in our community. We ask thee, Father, to please bless us with thy Spirit here tonight, that we may be able to ask the questions, that we may be able to follow through with the responsibilities that we have. We ask thee, Father, to please bless those in our community that are in cause to mourn, that they may be able to be comforted. Help them. We are grateful, Father, for this special weekend that we have coming up to celebrate Memorial Day for those that have passed on, for the sacrifice and the times that they've given that we may have the freedoms that we do enjoy. We ask thee, Father, to please bless us with thy Spirit here today. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Well, we've got a new member tonight, Alicia Maragoni. Would you mind introducing yourself? Welcome, Mayor. And just a little brief history and what you do. And
Brief history. My name is Alicia Maragoni. I currently work in crypto world from home. So I'm that's my world right now. It's very numbers, payroll, global payroll systems is what I run. So I've been in West Haven I don't even know how long. It feels like for forever. Grew up here in Roy. My husband's retired Marine, and we came back here and have been here ever since. So, yeah.
Well, great. Welcome.
Thanks.
Glad to have you with us.
Good to be here.
Good.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, we'll go to number 3, public presentations. Nobody is here, so we'll pass on that. Unless there's nobody else is online. Sharice? Okay. All right, let's go to number 4, the action items. I was considering, I don't know who had the opportunity to read through these, that we just kind of go through and take a paragraph and read it. We'll read the whole thing. Sharice, if you want to order some food, pizza, we may be a while. No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot to read through. I hope you had a chance to look at all of these. Are there any questions before we get into them? Any concerns? Okay. All right. Aid Resolution 042-2025, adopting a professional service agreement with Ulrich and Associates, PC for auditing services. Like to entertain a motion?
I'll give a motion to approve Resolution 04-2025, adopting professional service agreement with Ulrich and Associates, PC for auditing services.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All right. Let's go vote. Clarence?
Aye.
James?
Aye.
Alicia?
Aye.
Aye.
Mayor? And I also vote aye. B, the Resolution 07-2025 to adopt the West Haven Special Service District 2025-2026 tentative budget. Amy, is there any information that we need to know or any changes that,
Since your email?
yeah, since the email we got the other night?
Well, there have been a couple changes since we last visited, just to point out the Public Works Building line item 4113 under non-operating expenses. We reduced that from 75,000 to 40,000 with the idea that it would be 40,000 for the city, 40,000 for the district, for 80,000 total. Again, that's kind of an unknown, but we thought that was a good starting number for engineering costs on the new shared building.
Okay.
And then we also, under the capital outlay other, line item 4110, that's a grand total of a few different projects. But we did increase truck cost from 25,000 to 50,000. I think we were still kind of working with the city on whether or not they were going to share 50%, and there was some miscommunication or maybe not even some final decision. So we just put the full cost to the district at this point. So,
All right. Good. Any
and I
questions on any of that? Okay, great. Is there anything else, Amy?
I think those are the only major line items we have to discuss. Unless, can Charisse think of any that we need to point out? Those were the two major ones I have on my list.
No, that should be it.
Okay.
Good. All right. Let's go ahead and entertain a motion for Resolution 07-2025 to adopt the West Haven Special Service District 2025 to 2026 tentative budget.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 07-2025 to adopt the West Haven Special Service District 2025-2026 tentative budget.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
And I will second.
Okay. We'll do a roll call. Mayor?
Aye.
Alicia? James?
Aye.
Clarence?
Aye.
I also vote aye. C, Resolution 08-2025, adopting a temporary commemorative logo for the 250th anniversary of the American Revolutionary War. Do we have a copy on that? I know I've seen it. I don't know if anybody else has seen that.
Yeah, so is it okay if I talk about that a little bit? So the city, just in general, we wanted to just kind of honor the fact that our country's been through 250 years of the American Revolutionary War, and the time that we've spent involved in with all the things that have gone on within the country and within our city, that we wanted to just celebrate that. We thought it would be an easy way for us to take the logo and just convert that to a red, white, and blue version. This is a little bit ahead of the city council. The city council will meet on Wednesday and decide on a couple of items on that logo, what it looks like. We've got 4 versions kind of to choose from right now that give a couple of different versions of our logo and how they've been altered and changed to fit, so that it kind of commemorates the occasion. But right now, until we get that completed, we're just going to, it's just a resolution that that you guys would adopt as a district, the same type of logo that the city would adopt as it comes around, and we can use that for a little while. In the city's resolution right now, we're looking at ending that probably towards the end of the year, but due to the fact that the following year in 2026 would commemorate the Declaration of Independence. So we may want to change our resolution date on there to extend till maybe the end of July of next year.
Sure.
With it, if that makes sense to you guys as well. But that's something that we'll look at in our resolution and the city would pass. So this would just be something that, overall would be a resolution to just adopt something that the city's adopting.
Right.
And move forward with that. And if, just out of gee whiz information, if you didn't notice, we have a different flag in the back over here. We do have the newer state flag that has been put in here overall. So just if you didn't know, it's back there.
Okay,
It's
thank
a
you.
little stiff. It'll relax a little bit more.
Get the wrinkles out.
Mayor, question. So this resolution that shows on here, 8/08 of 2025, you were saying end of July. Is correct on here then, or?
Yeah, we'd probably want to go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
Not
the
a
date.
date, but a
I thought that was the date.
Yeah, it does on the cities as well.
Okay.
But we'll probably do an alteration to the date. But Sean, can I call on you just to ask you, is that something we need to do? I mean, would it affect, would we need to change the date on this resolution or make a recommendation to change the date? How would you like to proceed on moving forward on that date? Okay. So that might be the best just to do it that way.
Okay.
Whatever the city council,
Okay.
comes up with on that. Would that be okay, Jerice, in your documentation? Okay. Let's plan on that.
Once
then.
again, this is a resolution to change, not, I guess, change the
Temporarily.
logo, the coloring of the logo.
This one right here, yep.
Yeah, just the
Yep.
cities. Then why is this special service district voting on a resolution that's for the city logo?
Because it's
Because we
the
use
same
it as
district.
well.
It's the same logo as the district uses. So we just thought it would be good for the district to follow suit, and we can keep temporarily that logo the same if we change it. And then when we change it back, we'll change it back at the same time. If it makes sense to you. If you don't,
I
if the
think
board doesn't want to do it,
Yeah.
that's fine.
No, I think it'll look quite cool.
That's neat. I know Ryan Saunders put a lot of time and, effort into these. And I don't know if there's anybody else that has done, but I know that his team is, well,
Yeah, where he's involved with the signage and so forth. He helped. We just kind of come up with the idea, and he kind of had his artist work on that. So we have 4 versions that have been kind of flipped back and forth with a couple of different council members and requests and different things that have come up. So, but I think we'll come up with one on Wednesday that'll work fine.
yeah.
It'll look nice, and we'll. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. We'll use it in our West Haven days too, our shirts and some things like that,
Yeah.
just to help promote
Sure.
the freedoms that we celebrate in our country.
Good. Good
Our city.
thinking.
Open exhaust.
Yeah, kind of fun.
All right. We'll entertain a motion then for the resolution 08-2025, adopting a temporary commemorative logo for the 250th anniversary of the American Revolutionary War, accepting from or
City.
adopting from what the city
City council.
council approves.
So moved.
I was
So
gonna say,
moved.
that's a mouthful. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you just need a second.
second.
You got a second? Okay. All right. Let's take Clarence,
Aye.
James?
Aye.
Alicia?
Aye.
Mayor?
Aye.
And I also vote aye. Great, thank you. Number 5, staff report and project updates. John, what do you got?
Got told that I need to be kind of quick here. These are, Trish just put up some pictures of the 4450 lift station. These are just some of the before and afters. I just wanted you to see kind of what we did there. This was when it was dirt. I don't know, go to the next one. And that's what it looks like now.
Beautiful.
So just kind of go through them. Yeah, that's before, kind of an after. Before, after. There's some from the road. This was before the wall and the other decorative fence was put up. That's what it looks like now with the wall
Looks good.
and stuff. Anyway, it really changed the look of the place, and it just looks a lot sharper. It fits the neighborhood better. It's not, I mean, it's come a long ways over there, but it turned out really nice. I know the guys are happy to have it. To me, of course, we do have some weeds around there. Looks like we need to clean up around that gutter, but we'll
I
get
was
that.
going to mention that.
We will get that. But anyway, it's nice to keep things looking sharp and stuff at our sites. The guys will always, they take better care of it that way.
Right.
When you work where it is kind of nice and the surroundings are nice, they want to keep it that way. It's kind of like when we buy trucks that are old beat up trucks, people don't take care of them. They get the newer trucks, they really do take care of them. Like, they spend time washing them and doing different things. So it's an asset. It looks nice in the neighborhood, and it's something I think that our staff is proud to work out of and stuff. And I appreciate you guys allowing us to go ahead and do that work there. It looks good, and I just hope you guys know that. So
It does look good.
that's an update on that. We'll get some other updates on the 2700 one when we get started here. We're coming up close to that project. So there's a lot going to happen here in the next couple weeks, and then we'll see them really going to work on it. We'll get a bunch of pictures of it now, and we'll just, each time we meet, I'll keep you updated on where we're at with that new lift station. That's another one we're kind of excited to get going. That's lift station's been a nightmare. We're over there all the time, maintenance stuff. So that'll be a good one.
Good.
Thank you.
Getting the pumps lined up and stuff for the 4,700 lift station. There's a pump change in the VFDs and stuff that's going to take place there. We should have probably some work going on that in the next couple weeks. So that'll be exciting to get them all up to speed and get the VFD system in there instead of the way we have it set up now. They're
That'll
just
be good.
on and off. It's hard on them. The generators are here.
Good.
We had a company come out. We were going to have to remove some of the wall paneling at the new updated site there on 4,700, but this company can take it up over the wall with a crane and roll it into the building. So it's actually cut some of that work down with the way they're going to do it. We'll be excited to get that generator out of there and get a new one in there. That
Good.
one, we've had quite a few maintenance things on it where we've had them out. It's had all kinds of antifreeze leaks, water pump leaks. It's one that Steve got years and years ago off of like an auction that had been used. So they come out and service them and do their load tests on them every year when we have Cummins come out and service them. And he's always like, man, I cannot believe this thing is still here. He says, it's getting pretty close to being, they do the load test and he says, it's getting weak, you guys.
Yeah.
And that's when we decided to go ahead and get going on it. But
That's something we don't want to have go out.
no,
That's
we
not
don't,
a
we
good
don't want to
thing.
be out with that. If the power goes out, we'll be in trouble.
Right.
So
Well, it
Yeah,
did
that's-
its job then. It served its purpose.
that's kind of the update. The acoustic testing is completed for the year. So they've gone through the entire city with that. You've probably seen them out on their golf carts and
Yep.
things doing all that
Saw
work.
that, yeah.
Any issues that we need to be aware of?
There was quite a few issues, but as they brought them up, some of them were to the point to where I had them go out and clean them right then.
Oh, wow. Good.
They were, that's my fear with this setup, with just doing the acoustic like we've done the last, 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
and not actually cleaning. That's why you noticed on our budget, we increased the amount for our TV and cleaning, because I had them, we're going to start having them come out and clean a third. We've got to get through the town again for a couple of reasons. One, the acoustics is going through and telling us there's the capacity of the pipe, but it doesn't really register like the grease volumes and stuff on the walls.
Hmm.
And when that grease starts to break free and starts to roll, it's like a snowball, it just gets bigger and bigger, and you
Wow.
end up with a plug. And we don't want to get to that point and put people's homes in danger for something that I feel could be a problem that we could be facing by not doing the old fashioned way of cleaning. That, and it also, the cleaning takes care of the odor problems
Okay.
better. And I've noticed that we're starting to get a little more odor around in neighborhoods and stuff. And so it's just time. When we went to this acoustics, I kind of was a little bit hesitant to do it. A whole bunch of cities got on it. They decided to do it because you're not just wasting water and cleaning clean pipe if it doesn't need it. But I was nervous to do it, but the trust said they bought off on it and said they'd be okay accepting that as an approved method for our insurance reasons. But then I've talked to the trust, maybe a month and a half ago. They have had a couple of test cities out there that they've been monitoring, and they're showing signs of backups. Their backups have increased. And so
Wow.
the trust is really kind of like hoping that a lot of the cities that are doing this go to some hybrid version of, maybe acoustics 2/3 and cleaning a third, or however, breaking it down to 1/3 acoustics, 1/3 cleaning, and rotating it through, because they're getting a little bit nervous by it. Their engineer and stuff that I talked to that is involved with them, he felt like a hybrid system would be better anyway. And I said, that's kind of the lines I'm thinking on too. So
Good.
So that's,
After they do a cleaning, do they run a camera back through there just to verify, or? Okay.
nope. So it's just a cleaning, but we do have, the acoustics picks up things that we need to camera, because it'll pick up if there's laterals that are intruding into the pipe. It picks up roots. It picks up a lot of things.
Wow.
So it's a very good thing to do. I hate to just pitch that off to the
I
side.
just don't rely on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just to go solely with that is over time, we're behind it. We're behind now. Because I've noticed as if they gone out and done it this year, that the emergencies they're finding are increasing.
Hmm.
And so we need to get back to some cleaning.
Often is this acoustic, how often is that done?
So we've been doing it every year. And they do the entire city. So normally usually you would clean the old method that was the approved method was to clean you had to clean your entire city in 3 years. So they did a third each year. Then they come out with this acoustic technology and stuff, and it's neat and it's done a lot of good things for us. But to rely solely on it, you're not cleaning it. It's telling you which ones you need to clean, and you go out and kind of hit it. It just says, okay, there's, they rate it from green, yellow, and red. And if it's got 50% obstruction, that would be like your yellow mark. So we focus on some of those and all the red, because that's less than that. So that way we were spot cleaning the whole city, but not really covering areas like when you clean a third, you clean that third thoroughly.
So it was
Oh.
acoustics with clean as required based on the results of the acoustics. But now you're wanting to go to hybrid, and you kind of talked about that in the previous meeting. So have you decided what you want to do for a hybrid? Because if you go to cleaning 1/3 of the city and still doing the acoustics on the whole city,
Yeah, we wouldn't do that.
then you've just added to what
Right.
you were doing previously
We wouldn't do that. There'd be no reason to acoustic the third that
when
we're
you're
cleaning.
going to clean.
'Cause
So,
we just wouldn't need to do
so
that.
that 1/3 of cleaning would replace the acoustics for
Right.
that
So what I'd
1/3.
like to eventually get it to right now, because I don't want, so we're gonna clean a third like if we do this next year, we'll clean a third of this town, and then we will acoustic the other 2/3. Only for that year, because I don't know what's going on in them 2/3, and I need to be catching something, so we're gonna acoustic both of them. And the next year, we'll do a third, and we'll just acoustic that first third, or, you know what I mean? Once we get through it, we're gonna drop it down to where we're doing 1/3 clean, 1/3 acoustic.
Gotcha.
I think
1/3 left.
I think and that cost for the acoustics compared to cleaning is a lot less. So it'll put our budget back, a little bit more than what it was originally as far as cleaning a third. But we also are getting hopefully a flush truck, and we can offset a lot of that with what we clean.
Right.
And then we'll actually come out ahead from where we were even before. But
I think it's a real good move for the board to consider that, only because, again, what's the cost if we have backup? you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So it may cost us a little bit more. I don't understand why they use the red, yellow, and green or whatever. They should use yellow, brown, and black colors. But anyway, I think it's a good idea to make sure that they're just keeping it clear.
Yep.
Man, if we have backups, and we have had them in the city before,
Yeah.
and it's just super expensive. Of course, we try and make it right with people, and I think it's a good way to go. And we can see how it works and adjust that later, right?
yeah, we'll tinker with it and see what we got. But we definitely don't want to back anybody up. You're right. The cost of loan, we backed up 3 homes, and they averaged about $11,000, or 15 grand. It's expensive, but it's not just the cost. We just don't, it's an inconvenience. It's a horrible deal
Right.
for any family here to have to deal with. So
Sure.
we want to make sure that we get ahead of that. And luckily, as far as all the cities that I've worked at, this has been probably the least amount of backups. Every year when I submit my reports and everything to the state, the SIOs and different things, the incidences that we have to submit, for me to be able to put 0 for, some of these years, that's not common. A lot of cities deal with lots of backups that actually flood homes. We've had some backups,
Right.
but we've caught a lot of backups
Yeah.
from some of it's just dumb luck. I mean, we caught one the other day that was,
Hmm.
we were out blue staking, and Ty was pulling some manholes to get some things on it, and seen the manhole filling up. I mean, that could have cost a lot.
Hmm.
Just, we've caught some. We've had these acoustic guys have caught a bunch of them just because they're in every manhole.
Right.
You know, so there's value in what they've done, but and it's helped us from along the way here, but these are getting more frequent, and I'm worried that we're not going to catch one. We need to get ahead of this and get it cleaned again. And we do this till they come out with something else, but I feel good about cleaning.
Good.
You know, I think it's the best way to keep, we're being recorded, so I won't say what I was going to say,
On
but
top of
keep
it.
the stuff out of
Yeah.
our,
That's right.
our, our residents' home. And that's our goal.
Yeah.
Just keep it flowing. So.
Would your own truck just handle like clean as required? You wouldn't be able to do a third of the city with your own truck.
If one truck doing a third of the city, you can do it. It's a lot on that truck. So, I mean, we plan on having it out. Don't get me wrong. We're going to run it. I still think we'll use Twin D for doing some things, at least for a while. But just because them trucks are expensive maintenance problems if you run them we want it to last a little while, but we plan on taking on quite a bit. We may do half of that third, you know what I mean? But I actually until we get everything up and going, it depends on when we get the truck. Once we may even have everything going back to being cleaned the right way, the way I'd like to see it and stuff. So, but we will take on a big chunk of that. Yeah. I won't just say, Twin D, you're out. We got it now. So we'll work something out to where we can do our, at least probably half of that third. Maybe an overlapping even section, I don't know. We'll see how things go, but it'll be good.
Great.
And if it continues to do good and we're doing it, then we'll step up and do more. And eventually maybe we will do that third, you know what I mean? We'll just have to see how things go. But I hate to say right now, yeah, day one when we get it, we won't have them clean. We'll hang on to them and we'll see what we're doing and how efficient we are and stuff. And then if the goal would be nice to go in that direction, and we just clean that third. There's just so many things, even when they clean a third, that are problem areas that we know about that are flat. There's certain neighborhoods that are outside of that third that are really flat lined. They've been laid that way because we live out here in a flat area, and we can be running a lot of those and doing a lot of things too with it. So,
okay.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thanks.
You betcha.
All right. Pass on Ed. He's not here. Unless Sean, you got something? Okay, from Ed. Okay. Great. Number 6, Central Weber update. Mayor, any information?
Yes, I'm glad to have you here, Alicia. We appreciate you being here. This is Melinda, who you're sitting next to. If you hadn't been introduced before, but yeah, it was a long discussion about the valley, not a lot about our in particular. The only thing that we had was on 1900 West. That project, Verizon or MCI Communications is requiring that there's a move of the line that has to happen. And they've estimated that move at around $450,000 to move that Verizon line. So they budgeted for $600,000 because they said in the contract it's pretty variable. So we'll see what happens with that, but that's a big issue and a big jump. Sometimes it just kind of goes to show, when you're moving lines or upgrading lines, things can happen in those budgeting processes that just don't always work out the way you think. But Huntsville in general, just for gee whiz information, if you want to know, they're thinking about trying to bring the sewer up and over the mountain into Central Weber.
Wow.
So the cost of the developers up there's 3 big developments that are going on with Nordic Valley. Nordic Valley is the first one, and then there'll be the other resorts will have, but they're talking about 450 residents at Nordic Valley, and the other will probably triple that. So they're looking at huge developments up in the valley area. And then, of course, in 2026, that will come out of Weber County's unincorporated area and become a town. So that'll be up to the town to make some decisions. Right now, the developers are looking at about $100 million to to run the line over the mountain.
Oh, wow.
And it's crazy how much it is. And if they do something else, it'd be about $50 million for some alternative methods to get it down to Weber. But anyway, I thought I'd just share that with you because I just thought, wow, that's
chunky
crazy
change.
stuff to think about right there. But they're running out right now. They've got about between 22 and 2,600 septic tanks up there, and they still have room for more that they can legally put in. But right now, they're thinking that just like with Davis County out here, unincorporated, they've run out of capacity, and it's let's see, the big lake up there that's sitting right there. That is a type 1 waterway, which is pretty pure, so they don't want any contaminants going into the lake. So they want to try and preserve that, and we had a lot of discussion about it, so I apologize for being a little late. But that's kind of what's went on today, and it should be interesting. They're adopting their budget too, and we'll have a truth in taxation. This will be the last. This is a 3-year tax, an 8% tax that will be coming across for the fees and everything that they plan on running through. This is the last year in 26 to have that last tax, and then they don't expect to have another one for quite a while. So that's where we're at with them.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. All right. Number 7, consent agenda. A is the action on minutes from April 21st, 2025. B is the billing adjustments for April of 2025. C, monthly accounts payable, May of 2025. D, West Haven City, $55,632.15 for invoice 04202507 for administrative services for April of 2025. E, West Haven City, $5,000, invoice 05202508, legal services for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. F, Gardner Engineering for $10,449.48, the invoice for the 2700 lift station project. And then another one for Gardner Engineering for $5,210 invoice for the 2710 sewer IFFP. And H, Twin D Incorporated, $105,034.40 for invoice 788460RI SL Rat Acoustic Testing. And I is Sunrise Title Company for $3,018,217.40 for the property purchase. So would entertain a motion to pass consent agenda A through I.
I'll make that motion to approve consent agenda A through I.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. We have a second and the motion, so let's go ahead and do a roll call. Mayor?
Aye.
Alicia?
Aye.
Melinda?
Aye.
James?
Aye.
Aye.
Clarence? Okay, and I also vote aye. So number 8, adjournment.
Make a motion.
Make a motion. We have a second.
Second.
All right.
There you go.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? You're cleaning the floor. Okay, great. Thank you all.